Hello everyone, this is the Sure Grip that's going in my charger. It is a very early 68 model. It's actually got a December 20th 67 date code. But when you're taking these apart, I got the bolts right here. These are left-hand thread bolts. And when you take it apart, you want to make notches in it right here or anywhere else on the case, so you know where the two sides go together. But here it is. I have not taken these halves apart yet because I wanted to do it first on video with y'all. But we'll show you the clutches right here. When you take them out, you need to be careful of or when you're replacing these, you need to be careful how you're putting them back in, because some of these are conical. You can see that little bit of shape in there, and others are flat like that. So just be careful of how you're putting them in. Make sure you're putting them in right. But I haven't had this one apart, and I didn't put those dots on it. So I believe this has been rebuilt in the past, but with me not knowing the history on it, I didn't want to chance anything putting it in the charger. So I got me a clutch kit from Summit Racing. This is like $72. So here it goes. Let's take it apart. I used to have one of these a while back, and I did actually take that one apart, but I haven't had this one apart yet. There it is. I'm going to get everything cleaned up real nice. This has definitely got a little bit of gunk in it. Doesn't feel too bad. Had to do some work on my mom's car, and I got nicked up in a couple places, so you've been seeing my sores. I'm sorry if it grosses you out. Let's take a look at these gears. Actually look pretty good. Don't see a lot of wear on them. Don't see any. There's a couple of chips like right there. I saw another one like right there. But overall, they look fine. This one's got a little bit of it's like wear or something, or a wear mark on this side right here. Maybe. I don't know if that's just the way it comes or not. But here's the inside of it right there. Take a look at these spider gears. Ooh, I just now saw that. I got a broken spider gear. I'm gonna have to take apart the other one and salvage some parts out of it. I'm glad I got two. It's the risk of buying stuff used, is you don't know what's inside of it and how it's been treated. And I got another broken tooth right there. I'm hoping the other one has intact gears. And I have the green bearings in my charger, so I don't think this thrust washer or thrust button or whatever it's called is needed. I don't think that is required. This one looks okay. A little bit of mark right there, or is that just a little bit of marks on that one? That one looks okay. Get that one set aside. I was afraid I was gonna find something like this, because the rear end that these were in, the ring gears broke. So that's probably why these gears are broken. There's that. This looks fine. There's the bottom section right here. Let's look at it. That looks the same. I'm gonna get these cleaned up really good and inspect them again really close to make sure I'm not gonna have any other broken teeth. It's got a little bit of wear on that one. I need to look at the other case. Yes, it's got a little bit of wear on it. I'm not going to be doing a lot of heavy racing, so those are probably going to be fine. If anybody has any objections to that, let me know, because this is not going in tomorrow. It is the reason why I'm doing this inside is because it's cold outside, and I don't feel like working on this in the cold. But let's get that out. Look at it. There's the clutches right there. I think the conical goes on the bottom. I'm not really sure. Yeah, the conical goes on the bottom. It's got a little bit of shape to that, so that conical stuff goes on the bottom. There's another one. If I can get it out. Yeah, I'm gonna get this cleaned up really good before I even attempt to put it back together. But yeah, this part of the hazards of buying old parts like this. You don't know if it's broken, and this one just happened to be broken. But the inside, the case looks fine. It's got a little bit of a dimple in the side of it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a dimple right there. It made this bolt coming out a little bit of a pressure on this bolt getting it out, but I was able to get this bolt out just fine. Might be just because the threads were a little dirty or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna get these cleaned up. Let's take this side out. Look at it. If I can get it out. I gotta set my phone down just a minute. There it goes. Alright, here we go. There's the underside of that one. That looks really nice. Once again, here's the clutches. I'm going to look up some on how to replace these clutches just to make sure, but I do believe that the cone goes on, the conical pieces go down. That's weird. Looks like it's rust. There's a little bit of corrosion right there, but I'm replacing those. I'll get that last piece out. And that looks fine. There's the disassembly. And let me get all this cleaned up and go take apart the other one, see if I have good spider gears that I can rob from it. But there's the disassembly, and I will be back after I get these cleaned up and have that other one taken apart. I'll see you in a minute. Well, I got the other sure grip taken apart, and the internals in that one are a lot better, and they're actually a different style. Here's the ones that I took out of this one, the first one I took apart, and it's designed like that, with this part right here going to the clutches. And this is the design that I pulled out of the other one. It's got it made onto the to the gear here, and then it goes into that to this piece right here. I don't know why they're different. The only thing I can think of is just a year difference. Just one was made before the other one, or vice versa. Or one was for a better performing car. I honestly do not know. If anyone watching this can enlighten me, I would greatly appreciate it. But I'm definitely going to be using these because This gear that came out of this case, actually has some hairline, or not really hairline, they're pretty major cracks. Right there on that one right there. They're just all over. So I'm not going to trust any of the gears that came out of this case originally. And thankfully, I looked at, there's some numbers on the bottom of this case right there. That is the same as the numbers that were on the other case I took apart that had these parts in it. So I believe all the cases are so I believe these two cases are the same. So I'm going to be using this case, because the other case has a little bit of damage on it from the rear end that it was in, had some catastrophic failure, but I don't see any cracks anywhere, so I should be able to use it in my truck when I finally am able to convert it to an 8 3/4. But I'm going to do the assembly on camera. But after the video, I'm going to take it back apart to reassemble it with some lube. I don't want to have to mess with it in the video. But here's the gear lube I'm using. It's just some old Valvoline gear oil that was in my storage building that my dad had. So I'm going to be using that for the assembly. And in the rear end itself, once it's actually running in there and actually operating, I believe it needs some kind of limited slip additive or some special gear lube from Mopar Performance. I haven't really finished my research on that. But let's get to looking at the clutches. First one is, these are the order right here that they go in. This is thin, flat. I'll show you the differences. This is the thin, and there's a thick one. You can definitely see the differences there. This is thin, flat, dished disc, dished, I forget what it's called, dished plate. I think they call it a plate, and then flat, and then flat. So it's thin, flat, dish, thin, flat, flat, and let's put it in. Doing this on camera one-handed, so bear with me. There's the thin flat, there's the dish, and you want the dish facing up, or you want the lower part of the dish facing down, and the edges facing up, like that. Going like that. And that. And then this goes in right there. Some of the tolerances are a little tight, so you have to play with it sometimes. Got to get it down there perfectly. There we go. You got to get that in. Twist it to get the gears lined up. There it goes. Everything's lined up. And now for the spider gears. Oop, turn it a little bit. Sorry if something's getting out of view for a minute. There we go. Now, if you're running a stock bearings, you'll need to put in one of these thrust. It's called a Pinion thrust spacer kit. I believe from the research I've done, if you're running the green bearings, the style that is not adjustable, I don't think this is necessary. Do your own research to make sure, but I do not think this is necessary if you're running the green bearings. If you're running stock style with the adjustable, you will need this. I know that for a fact. But since I got the green bearings, I don't need it. I got it because I thought I was going to need it, but I ended up not needing it. But it's no, I need to. And this goes in the same way. Let me get this out of the way. Got the thin flat, dished disc, dished plate right there, flat, and then flat. And then that goes in. There we go, and that's it. Now set that aside for a second. Put this back over here. And I've got it marked, or this one was actually already marked, but right there. When you're taking it apart, make sure you put little dimples in it like that so you know exactly how the halves go back together so you don't have to find it. And that one is right there. And I got my finger inside holding it together. Oop, that's not right. There. That's it. And this will close down once I put the bolts in and it squeezes the clutches. And then there you go. It's all together. See the gears meshing right and meshing nice. And I did put this. I've already had it assembled and disassembled a couple of times. I just haven't had the bolts together in it. But since with this being a different style, this style was in here and this style was in here, that was in a different case. So I put this fully assembled into the other case, and it had the exact same spacing with the brand new clutches, so I know that's fine. But there it is. I gotta take this back apart so I can put some lube on it, and then I'll tighten it down, and it'll be ready to go in the Charger. I don't know when I'm gonna have it in there, but I know it is going in there. But I'm going to be replacing these bearings. I'm gonna cut the outside off and then have my acetylene tanks refilled to heat up that inner part to be able to get it off. Then just press on some new bearings. But yes, there it is. There is a Chrysler 8 3/4 sure grip clutch replacement. I haven't found anybody with videos on it, so hopefully this will help other people that are having trouble or just want to look up how to do it. And once again, if anybody can tell me why these are different, and because I believe both of them are from the 60s. I think this one that had the better, what I think is a better style, I believe it's a 68. Let me see if I can find the mark. It's around here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. It's hard to see. This is right there. Right to the left of the C. I believe that's a 6 and an 8, but I don't know for sure because of the case being messed up. But yeah, there it is. It's reassembled, and I'll see you later. One last thing before I go. I got all the bolts tight in here, and when you're tightening these bolts, you want to go in a cross pattern. You want to slowly tighten this one, then go to this one, then go to this one, and then go to that one, and doing all the other ones the same way. And when you want to do that gradually until the case is until the clutches are fully compressed and the two halves are touching like this is. And I just snugged them up really good with my impact, but you want to make sure that these are at the proper torque. I do not know what that is because I have not looked that up, but I will make sure of that. But there it is, fully assembled, ready to go. Basically ready to go. I still need to change out the bearings. But there it is, and I will see y'all later.